Counseling Creator Conference. Fantastic. Get an opportunity to sit down. One of the judges.
Judge. I saw it on my on the little packet. It said Judge Leachy has a nice ring to it.
Do you add that to the resume or the LinkedIn?
I think I have to, right?
You feel
It'd
like
be wrong not to.
As if it doesn't make you any more important, just
Yes. I'm probably too important, I guess, to include that. I can't take any more importance.
All right, well, tell us a little about your law firm, real short. What's the 30-second pitch?
I actually just launched it.
Yes,
it's a brand new
I know
firm. It's called The Advisory. And our whole concept is we represent creators and brands, talent, with the typical IP contract negotiation and stuff. But where I think we're really different is that I'm really trying to build a collective. So there's so many of these solos, especially here at this conference, you see it, where these really talented attorneys that really there should be kind of a network. So we're building this collective of independently owned law firms in different cities, all under the advisory model. And so we want to really establish this network for the purpose of creators in the creator economy and for brands who are looking to engage with creators so that you could have resources and expertise that are all pooled while also honoring interjurisdictional issues in different states.
But this is not just a money grab opportunity for you. You are actually musically talented.
Yeah.
And
yes.
You're passionate about art. So tell us about how that differentiates you from, let's say, some other law firm.
I like that question. I've been a musician for my whole life pretty much. And to me, one of the reasons I got into this space to begin with is because not only do I consider myself creative, but because of that, I just connect with creative people and understand that they have their processes, whether it's music or not, it doesn't have to be. But there's still that commonality of thread of like, hey man, I get what you're going through and I get what you're trying to do. And so I can give you advice that's not like, here's the legal advice you have to give. To think outside of just the framework of the legal advice and consider what the effect on their business is and what they're trying to do, both from their business and creative side, so they don't feel stifled and limited, but rather have it to just be the infrastructure for their platform so that they can succeed in what they want to do.
And you've now got an opportunity, let me start with this. What is, let me clear my voice. I don't know why I'm like choking on something over here, man. A lot of talking over the last couple of days, to say the least. A lot of late hours leading up to this. Ann has been.
Your deep booming voice has become a fixture at the conference.
It's becoming a bit of a strain on me physically. Clearly, let me ask you this: what has been the absolute top takeaway from this conference? What's been the best part of the experience for you?
I'll give you like two or three. I can't choose one. The first one was seeing that when I was in law school, nothing like this existed. I don't even know if it does where I went to Cardozo in New York. I don't know if it exists now. So coming to something like this and seeing that there are so many law students really interested in this area of law was really exciting. And the competition, I was blown away. I was very impressed. And so that was one thing, just to see the excitement at the student level and to see, the next 5-10 years where you're going to have these students become lawyers and then support the creator economy. And then the other part of it was just meeting a bunch of the other attorneys, meeting you guys, and just seeing all the creators that are here and the creative people and the attorneys all mingling, and it just feels very natural and organic, which I don't want to say was a surprise to me because I assumed it would be like that, but to experience it was really cool.
That was awesome to see so many of you who are effectively competitors, right? Hanging out, sharing ideas, participating in an event like this where that's encouraged.
Yeah.
We had a little fireside chat a little bit ago about how this industry is just changing like crazy, whatever else. You've gotten to experience and see the Nucleus Hub as well as our activations. Talk to me quite a bit about it. Seeing what we're doing and now experiencing part of what we're doing in this activation here on the University of Miami campus. How do you perceive the industry changing, and what is your forecast over the next, let's say 6, 8, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year outlook on this? And I'm going to preface it with Goldman Sachs saying $500 billion by 2027. And it's not just about the money; it's about the technology. It's about the way that we digest and consume all of this information, either as the creator or as the consumer, right? So. we obviously at Nucleus have invented something we believe is groundbreaking, new, and exciting. Our tech partners are telling us that. Our investors are championing that. But what aspects of it are you most excited about, and where do you see it in the next 1, 3, and 5 years?
So, I mean, first of all, the whole thing when I saw yesterday was sick. You guys really built something cool, and I'm a tech geek as far as the the equipment and stuff. We were just nerding out about it, and hearing the crystal clear audio, it's nice. So I applaud you guys for what you're doing, because not only is it just a great resource, but it's needed now. And so I think where this is going as far as the creator world is I think we're going to start seeing a lot of more specialized creators as far as the subject matter of their content, because on the one hand, you're going to have a lot of creators, but that's also going to create a saturation in the market, and I think it's going to force people, in like a true marketplace type of sense, to really hone in on like, hey, here's my thing, right? Whatever that case may be, here's what I'm passionate about, and that what I can connect the audience with. And I just think from the tech side too, that there's going to be a lot more accessibility to people who want to become creators. So it's like, if I'm looking online for a video camera and an audio recording system and headphones and a microphone and the software, whatever, you're starting to see a little bit, and I think more and more you'll see packaged products that makes it much easier for like the at-home, what now the DJ companies have done for the at-home DJ with just like MIDI controllers. You're going to see more and more of those with the technology that you need that's become both affordable and just easy to use, really good user interface. And so I think you're going to see a lot more people coming into the space because the barrier to entry is a little bit lower. And then, with the legal terms too, I mean, I've been doing this within this space for the past 8 years, so like kind of when it was first starting, and like I see a lot of the language that I've come up with now as standard in a lot of these contracts, and like a lot of lawyers that I was doing that with, seeing some of their language that's now in all of the contracts. So I think we're at the point where there's still stuff that's changing, but that it's becoming more standardized, and that's also with the business terms. You've got some great platforms that can measure metrics, and you've got the management and agency and PR firms that know what those mean and how to translate that and explain to their brand of, hey, this creator has 1 million followers, but their engagement level is 0.01% versus somebody who's got 500,000 followers, but hey, they've got 5% engagement rate. You're probably going to get more money with the 500,000, even though they have half the followers, their engagement rate's so much higher. So that kind of scientific and more analytical model, which also I think spreads the space to those types of industries where you might not typically see it in association with the creator space, like accounting firms or business strategy companies and consultants. So there's so much there, man.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, and it's been awesome to sit down with you for a few minutes, talk about this stuff. Ton of information to digest here at the conference from this short segment that we just did. It just shows you how, early we all are. I think Greg and his team at University of Miami to do something like this, to bring everyone together, in itself is groundbreaking, and it's new and it's exciting. As we were promoting and getting closer, he was just like bombing us with things, going, oh my God, this person's coming. Oh my God, this person's coming. So it's getting exciting and more real. And I think people are like not sure. But look, there's something to be said about, first adopters or someone being first to do it. You're taking the risk. And if it works, it hits hard. And I think that's what this event did. It's awesome for people like you who have been here with your massive experience. You understand what it can be to be, creative in itself, being a musician, myself a photographer, and then trying to branch out and trying to help and leverage so you can at least connect with a lot of these creatives on a different level. So it's fantastic. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Sitting down with us.
I think you guys are going to crush it too. This is really brilliant.
I appreciate that, man.
Really cool.
I love to hear it. I want to I want to solicit people just to tell me that, just so I'll just play the recording over and over and over again. Keep going. Yeah.
Stop. Go on.
Yes. Yeah. Please. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Then we'll wrap up on that.